Zdravím všechny, přesouváme se do takové experimentálnější části této konference. Teď bude věc, který říkáme, že to je taková osa Marie Curie Sklodowské. Je to, jak se stříhá v Polsku a jak se stříhá ve Francii. Já tady vítám naše hosty. I hope they can hear me. Good.
Yes, we can.
So,
yes. Good evening.
This part will be in English. I hope everyone's okay with that. I think the English is going to be simple, Slavic-based English, so I think we will all understand. So, we will talk about status of an editor in Poland, in France, what are the similar challenges, what is different, and we have three wonderful guests. If Filip could introduce Kasia first.
Hello. Kasia Boniecka is an award-winning Polish film editor and documentary consultant based in Paris, known for editing films selected and awarded at major international festivals like Sundance and Berlinale. A graduate former lecturer at the Polish National Film School, she's deeply involved in mentoring and leading film editing workshops across Europe.
Ludwig Sielicki, I hope it's pronounced, is a Polish film and television editor known for editing numerous Polish feature films and TV series like Na dobre I na złe. He is a representative of the Polish Film Editors Association and serves on the board of Tempo, a global association of film editors guilds, demonstrating his active role in the international editing community. And last but not least is Artur Kopp, chairman of the Editors Guild. Guild of Editing and Post-Production. He's a VFX specialist with 30 years of experience and actively works to strengthen international collaboration, as you can see now. So, to strengthen our collaboration first, I will start with the first question. In Czechia, we editors work as freelancers, even for televisions and long-term projects. We pay our own health and social insurance. What is the situation in Poland and France? And maybe start with Poland.
It's pretty the same. We usually create something like companies, or maybe not like companies, but actually companies. One-person company, which we pay the everything like insurance, like health insurance and retirement insurance, and then everything is on our arms, and that's it. So, and of course we are paid for the project. We are not paid like per hour or per week or per month or whatever. Usually we do have some agreement where we have something like deadline, but it's kind of theory, and that's pretty much how it works here.
And you have, I understand that you have a salary, and then you have the thing you call the tantiems, or royalties?
We do have. We're actually getting money for projects, so we're getting an agreement and get it like editing a feature or editing a TV series or whatever. And we do have royalties, which are quite low now. We're just in talks to raise it. And for now it's like 2% and something. For the feature, about 10% for documentary, and we mostly get it from television and television. And we are waiting for agreements to being signed because the new law came just recently, and according to the new law, we're going to get royalties from streaming services.
Okay, thank you. Maybe if Arthur wants to say something.
I would say exactly the same what Ludwig just said. Our work is based mostly, this is contract-based work. Mostly we are self-employed, and even like huge public enterprises, like for example, main television in Poland, usually editors were pushed to self-employment, which is a huge problem right now. It's like a system problem right now in Poland. I think that's one of the things that we have on our agenda to fight with. Big companies, they're used to, they don't want to take care about social care for editors, usually, and for VFX workers. VFX workers are more commonly employed as employees. They're less in contracts. But on higher level works, like for example, supervising, they're mostly employed as a self-employed. So we have our own companies pay taxes and pay our social security. So this is mostly the same what Ludwig said. This is exactly the same.
Thank you. And Kasia, maybe can you say how it's in France?
Well, it's unique created after war to filmmaker art in France. So it worked. Your
Okay, we have some problem with the connection. Maybe the headphones are picking up your. Maybe try it without the headphones.
Okay. Okay, and now?
Yeah, it's better. Thank you.
Is it better? Okay. So the system in France is unique because you, as an editor, you are not considered as artist, but you are considered as a technician with others post-production workers, and you're hired as a person with a salary. So it gives you like a daily rate that you can negotiate with the production. It's very much regulated because the minimum now it's 218 euros net. So then, depending on the budget, on your experience, you can negotiate higher. Also, you are paid weekly. So after every week of your work, you get paid or at the end of the month, depends how many weeks in the month you work, and the companies are obliged to pay you at the end of each month. So there's no, you signed a contract for every week that you are working. So also before the editing, you really discuss the possible length of the editing. So there are no surprises. I mean, if you have to prolong the editing, then the production needs to have this money for you. But you discuss the amount of weeks. Usually it's between 12 or 20 weeks, depending on the project. And also you have something like a holiday fund that is paid once a year, like in a company, that you can use on your holiday or you can use on any other expenses that you want. And this payment is being taken from your salary, from the cost of what your producer is paying you, who is hiring you, because they are covering also your insurance, health insurance, and all your retirement with when they are hiring you.
Okay, that sounds really great. Is that the reason why you've moved to France?
No, that's not the reason. I was not really aware of that system when I arrived here. I fell in love with a Frenchman and I moved here. But then I started discovering like how to work there, how to find a job, and then I realized that to get into this French system, you need to work like 507 hours to be considered as a person eligible for this also social support. Because what I forgot to say, which is very important, that you also get paid for the days that you are not working. Like every day that you have between your projects, you are being paid a small amount just to keep you going between, so you can cover your rent and buy food. And this amount that you get paid is being calculated on the amount that you've earned during this minimum 507 hours during a year. So, but that's not the reason why I moved here, but it was a big difference between Poland and France when I realized how it works.
Okay, so I have a question for all of you. Do you think the role of an editor has changed in past 10 years? We can start with Ludwig.
I think it has changed a lot because you know, just maybe not 10 years, like I think kind of 20 years is like biggest difference. But yeah, 10 years also. We're shooting a lot. There's no limits. Like we can shoot on 5 cams, 10 cams, whatever. We can just use as many cams as we want. We can collect the material and then just send it to edit. So editor just got lots of material to watch, to edit, to find a way to tell the story, if it's the documentary or feature or whatever. And we need to dig a lot in it. So yeah, it has changed a lot. I think like 20 years ago it was a totally different story. 10 years ago also, because shooting this material, renting the cams and whatever was just something pretty like had some limits. Like limits for DIT, limits for conversions and so on, and people were thinking about it. Okay, we need to convert it, we need to do something with it. But for now, there's no limits, so we can shoot as much as we want, and editor just got it and need to edit. So yeah.
And do you think that there is a need for like a bigger role for a post-production manager or post-production producer, or?
I think yeah, of course, that's a big difference, because post-production manager is like a person who needs to know everything about this post-production, because it's very frustrating if you need to teach anyone what he should do, why you cannot do such thing, because it's not your job actually. Because if you're somebody's asking you about, could you make the effects or something, or could you prepare the color of of anything or whatever, so this, or prepare the sound, or looking for music and so on and so on. This is kind of frustrating, because okay, you get lots of material, you need to dig in it. And then you're hearing that you need to do more and more and more. So you need to have a person like post-production manager who need to be a person who take care of it, take care of all of these things that you don't have to tell him about it. It's not your job to do it.
But also there should be like pre-production manager and development manager.
Yeah.
Because in the documentary, I noticed like skipping the phase of development, or it's like very short, and you know, the editors are often not involved in the development phase, which then makes a problem for us during the editing. So I think our role is becoming much bigger, and the demands are becoming very high. Also, we are a part of writing a voiceover during the editing, because nothing is prepared, everything is coming like during the editing. So I think it's really a lot on our shoulders, more and more, with the amount of footage also.
Thank
If I may
you.
add, there's one misleading part of the word post-production. The post. It's not post anymore. Usually, it's just immanent part of whole filming production. It's like the producers in Poland are starting to understand and realize that post-production is not just the thing that starts at the end of the shooting. This is something that is should be prepared from the very beginning, because the requirements and the high standards of film production right now, they actually require us to prepare everything from the beginning. From on the script level, we need to think about effects. We need to think about color. We need to think about editing narrative. Editors need to talk with DOPs, how shoot some things to tell the story better at some point in the editing. And editors, they have very big influence on scripts, because, for example, in TV series, when there's a lot of shooting and the production is optimized from the shooting sake to shorten the time, everything got to save money. Usually, it's like right now we are experiencing something that used to be shot, for example, I don't know, in 100 days. Right now it has to be shot in 30 days. So everything's gotta be perfectly fit. So editors, usually on the very beginning, in the optimal situation, they have some influence on the script. They have influence on the way that it's shot. And all the effects, they got to be prepared before the set. Because when we talk about the effects on the set, it's already too late. So the whole production has been democratized. There's a lot of artists that are involved. The production has changed, and the way that editors have their part in the film production is totally different. This is part of the creating of the narrative of the story and the whole product that is a film. So we cannot say this is post-production. It's a part of the production that involves pre-production, production itself, and everything that happens afterwards.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. This is something we also discuss here in the Czech Republic, that post-production, or like the editing work, is like already, it's not post-production, it's a production. And thank you for mentioning that. But when we talked before, Kasia, you said that one of the reasons why you were upset from working in Poland was that the editing time didn't have like a proper deadline. If you could talk about it and the difference, how is it in France?
Well, yes, because I'm working mainly in documentaries, so that was a huge problem in Poland, because I could barely make a living, because I was paid maybe 3 times during the project. So after assembly, then after a rough cut, and then after the whole post-production was done. So I was very much struggling I was having sometimes 5 projects at the same time, waiting for it to be paid at different stages, or I was taking short films and I was barely managing to do it, because I could never get the deadline that I was aiming for, because I felt the directors are taking their time, they are not kind of prepared for the editing, that it's been not also pressured from the side of production to keep the deadlines. So, and the amount of footage was never ending, and there was no proper selection done. So in France, because there is a limit of the money that we have for the editing. Exactly, we know the daily rate of the editor and how many weeks we can have the editor for. The directors also take it into consideration, and I'm never working like full time, for example, full 12 weeks on one project. The production often decides to do like 4 weeks of editing, then a break. So during this break, the director can work on the cut, can rethink things, can discuss with other people. So it's more friendly organized also for the director to have time between, and the editor is not full-time occupied and booked for the project.
Great, thank you. I think we're running out of time. I had one last question. It was, do you find the editing work exhausting, or do you still love it?
I think both.
I think it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship, all the post-production work. Yeah.
Good, so...
We right now we have a poll that we are trying to find not only the level of salaries that is dependent on our experience, but also we ask people in this poll how they find themselves in the job. Are they exhausted or not? Are they satisfied or not? And we have really high rate right now. We got the first thoughts from the polls. We're gonna reveal the exact numbers at the beginning of the year, and we'll gladly share this with you guys. But the first things that we have, that 80% of people that were signing the poll, that actually they are burned out, but somehow they do their job. So I think this is the answer for the question.
Okay, thank you so much, and goodbye. I hope
Thank you for inviting. It's a pleasure to be with you guys.
And I hope our international organization Tempo will bring us together again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your attendance.